Welcome to Seeley Training. I am Jason Seeley, and this is an introduction to the Office 365 Admin Center or Admin Console, and it is the tool that you use to manage all of your users for Office 365 in an enterprise environment. Generally, to get this solution, you need to have an enterprise agreement with Microsoft, which is a minimum of 250 users. That is moving to 500 user minimum in the future, but at least for the next 2 or 3 years you can still renew and extend that for your 3-year enterprise agreement period. When you purchase an enterprise agreement with Microsoft, they actually will give you this console, allow you to add licenses and assign those licenses to all of your users, and it's great way of managing if you've ever dealt with the Microsoft licensing in the past, because it's a nightmare. And trying to manage all those individual users and purchase different components and then run around installing them or setting up distribution group policy settings to push that out to their desktop. What's nice about the Office 365 Admin Center is you can assign all those licenses to the individual users. They can log into the portal, and essentially everybody gets used to logging into the portal, and then they click the install button to install up to 5 licenses for each of the individual users. So the nice thing about that is it lets them install licenses at home, at work, mobile devices, remote, any of those 5 different uses under that single license that you purchase for your users. So the admin console is a great way of managing all that as a IT admin. It saves you a lot of time, gives you information into the licenses, and even if you still have to go through a third-party vendor and make the purchase, they just add those licenses into the console here so that you can go ahead and add them and assign them as needed. So on this Admin Center, you'll see a menu over here to the left that shows all the different components and how you can manage your environment. Home shows you a dashboard where you can take a look at the different components in a snapshot. Users is where you manage all of your individual users in your organization, and you can assign licenses for the different components. Groups is where you manage the security groups or distribution groups that you're used to doing in Exchange if you use that environment in the past. Resources is where you can set up rooms or equipment and manage those. Billing shows you all your subscriptions and lets you add additional licenses or view how many you have remaining and available, so you can make decisions about what you need to add and when. Support is a nice feature. Microsoft is actually, as part of the enterprise agreement, giving you the ability to get direct support from Microsoft Techs just by submitting a support incident right here from the console. And you can see your tickets and the progress, and I found in our licensing environment that we typically get a call back within the hour, maybe 2 hours at most. And they'll work it until it gets resolved, and it's all included with your enterprise agreement. So very nice. Settings, open that up, lets you set up security, privacy, directory sync information, your domain. So it's the general Office 365 configuration area. Setup is also where you can actually manage some products, view and edit your domains, and this data migration lets you move bulk data to and from Microsoft. So if you're trying to transfer a whole bunch of OneDrive files or load a bunch of PST files for users, and it's just so huge that you don't want to try to migrate them directly, you can actually ship data to them and load it in that way. Reports gives you the ability to view statistics on the use of your Office environment for things like Skype, your email activity, instant messaging, Yammer, all those kind of components. Health gives you an idea of whether Microsoft's having any issues in the cloud services for Office 365. So you'll see things like Exchange when there's outages, or problems with SharePoint, or Skype for Business updates that didn't work right. Those kind of things show up there. And then the Admin Center gives you a separate link with a separate tab opens up for each one of these components, and it allows you to access things specific to Exchange, Skype for Business, SharePoint, etc. So that's essentially the admin console. I'm going to go ahead in future videos to show you some of the options that you have in each one of these, so stay tuned.
Hey, be sure to subscribe and give us a thumbs up if you like this video.